All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. Not late. I'm early. Anyway. We're back. We're playing Armored Core 6 again. I don't remember where I was rank-wise, it's been a minute. Hold on, how long has it been since I played AC6? It feels like it's been forever. It's been... Okay, I guess it's been like a week. But it feels like it's been longer than a week for me. I guess it was just a really slow week, if anything. I don't remember where I was, though. That still stands. I think... I don't know. Got through A3 again? That's a question mark. I'm not sure about that. I really don't remember. I recall having that one stream where I literally broke even. Like, did not gain or lose a single ranked point over the course of the session. We broke even. And then we had the one after where I remember making a good bit of progress, and now we're here. So I think we're in A4 again? Thought you made qualifiers? No, there's no way. We did, but then they did the ranked reset, and there's been a couple... Oh, we got dropped down to A2, didn't we? Hold on. A4, okay, that's why. I was like, what? No, okay. So I did make it through more than a full rank last stream. I just thought that we got bumped down to A3, not A2. That's why. Okay. Hello, Pro. Welcome. And Dark Souls and Gustavo and Dream Master and Stygian and Lego and, you know, hello. Started playing Nexus, gave up on the Silent Line 100%. It just gets painful at a certain point. I'm assuming you made it to that point. But you kind of hit a wall in Silent Line where all of a sudden, it's like, ooh. Oh no, things are all stuttery. Oh no. Give it, after this match rather, I'll fix it. Hold on. I know that things aren't going to be smooth. I see it. I tested it earlier this morning too, and it was smooth. That's the worst part. God damn you, OBS, always. Enjoy your last gen AC6 gameplay. Or sorry, this is actually the Nintendo Switch port, chat. That's what you're seeing here. This is the Nintendo Switch version of Armored Core 6. That's right. You heard it here first. Really bad? No, my OBSs are not cooperating. The downside of using plugins that are incredible, but that are no longer in active development, so are kind of just left in the somewhat buggy state that they're in. Do not hit me. Stop that. At least it's not like a slideshow. It's just like really low, okay, frame rate. But it's, you know, you can see it. It's painful. I'm watching it in the preview as I'm playing this match. It's a little distracting. No, I'm dead. Me and my fancy technology that is no longer getting updates. My abandoned plugins. Hold on, I gotta lock in. Enjoy the Armored Core Nintendo Switch gameplay. Why is he trying to zone me all of a sudden? He's trying to kite me. Ow, it's working. What was that? You guys might not have been able to see how weird that looked because of the poor stream quality right now. Okay. Okay. Doesn't allow you to sell your starter parts. 3.5 has some weird economy stuff. In general, in 3.5 Lego, word of warning to you, it's not worth selling your parts at all. I keep that, hold on. Allow me to fix my OBS with a quick reboot. Give me a second. Hello? There you are. That looks a lot better, doesn't it? You guys seeing all this movement? You guys seeing all this movement? Much better. No stutters. Smooth movement. At least we started on a win, even though it looked like that on stream. Yeah, 3.5 has some weird economy stuff. Why shouldn't I sell parts? You don't get the full price back in 3.5. It is the only Armored Core gen, I believe, that does that. I could be wrong. Maybe 4 or 5 also does that, but I don't think so. I really don't think 4 does that. 5 might, and I just don't remember. I think 3.5 is the only Armored Core gen like that, though. Nexus and Last Raven, you won't get the full value back on your parts. Gotta factor in that depreciation. Isn't it just Last Raven? No, it's Nexus 2. Last Raven is the one where your parts can break. That's a Last Raven exclusive. But Nexus also has it where the parts are lower prices to sell. Ow, fuck. God damn it. I think Nexus don't? No, we're 100%ing Nexus right now. It 100% does. It's why I don't sell anything back. You know, in 3.5, your AC parts are like buying a new car. The instant that they hand you the key, it has lost half of its value. Oh my. This sucks. Heavyweight shotguns. Ow. Ow. Please. I could have played that better. If I rematch him, I know what to do. Dual bazooka only run? Are bazookas much good in Nexus? I don't feel like I've used them much at all in that game. Maybe I did back when I was doing the review, but not for long. If I did, it would have been very little. We'll see you around, Proto. You have a good rest of your day. QB. Oh, quick boost? People do. That guy didn't. I feel like he was able to just tank it, to be fair. But people definitely do. It depends what you're up against, though. Like tanks, you're not going to see it a ton. Sometimes heavyweight bipeds, just because they don't need to most of the time. Because even like my build is pretty stagger heavy. It's not like hard meta instant stagger by any means, but like it's pretty heavy on the stagger pressure. And that guy was kind of able to just tank it, deal with it. Oh, I almost got like all of the damage off of it. We take those. We certainly take those. He's gonna be a lot quicker to use the armor next time. Harder, I'm assuming now. Shit. My hair keeps falling down. Just enough to be annoying. One of those days where I clearly just didn't put enough stuff in it. Oh, I didn't get him. That was a really awkward spot to actually get the stagger. I just went behind the wall as soon as it happened. Why does he wait? Respect the chainsaw, dog. Come on. This thing is an insta-kill on you. You can't wait. Doesn't work. Now, is it? I don't feel like it's that much worse. At least not in high A, obviously. I'm not on like a fresh account or anything. But high A, where I've been for a while, it doesn't feel much worse, to be honest. Where I've been for a while just because, you know, getting through promos before the reset, with like all the other stuff that I have in rotation for stream has been a pain in the ass. I keep getting bumped down when I'm like at the top of A. Just the way the timing keeps working out, unfortunately. But we could just go on a big win streak today and, you know, make it happen. Marygate emblem? Marygate, what? Oh, the... what's it? Whoa. The smiley face? Marygate versus Apple Boy? It's been a while since I played, it's 4 answer, right? What? Did they just kick and... ooh. I'm sorry. Did they just kick and fire a charged Sawa, like, at the same time? Yeah, the green smile, okay. I recognized it as being from 4 answer, I think. Or 4. One of the 4s. I just don't remember. It's probably 4 answer. Because I feel like I remember it from the arena, and AC4's arena is just not good. 4 answers is pretty aight. I like 4 answers. Not like one of my favorites ever, but like it's a good arena. Hell of a lot better than 6's arena. For sure. Ow. There we go. Apple Boy solos. I mean, obviously, you know, lore fight. We're talking an AC against the next, just to begin with. So the odds aren't great. Not to say it's never happened. You know, Jay got his ass beat on like my 50th attempt, but he did. Oh, damn, that still hit. Okay. Oh, I so wanted that to connect. I wanted to punish them for just sitting there so badly. Oh, they have assault armor, so I probably shouldn't chainsaw.
At 30%.
That's crazy that hit me. That timing was very unfortunate. It works out, though. That was a good one. I had to use my thinking brain during that little bit. The autopilot got my ass beat. Wasn't he in 3? Yeah, Apple Boy's from 3. So lore-wise, probably Marygate, but also it's Apple Boy. I still love that I immediately, when I played 3 for the first time for the review video way back, I thought the name Apple Boy was so funny that I went out of my way to make an Apple Boy cosplay build to have in the video. And people, of course, immediately caught it. Because Apple Boy is like... The AC from that game, the AC pilot from that game, who's kind of iconic for no real reason other than like Apple Boy is a fun name. Yeah, he does the test with you. But aside from that, it's literally just like, oh yeah, he has the name Apple Boy. Because like his AC is so basic. It's like the starter AC, if I remember right, just with like a better rifle and like a slightly better missile launcher on the shoulder. And like that's genuinely it. I could be misremembering, but off the top of my head, like there's nothing really noteworthy about him other than he's in like the test at the beginning and the name Apple Boy. And yet we all remember him. Really is just the name. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, yes. Woo! Timestamp Apple Boy. Yep, people caught it immediately. It was so funny to me. If you take him as a consort... Oh, does he get an even better one, like, way later? I only knew of, like, his upgrade after the initial training, where he just gets, like, you know, the slight upgrades. Does he get another one, like, way later on? I had no idea, actually. Although, to be fair, that's probably because, like, I could take Apple Boy for Massive MT, but there are so many, like, other pilots who are just kind of built for it better. Like, you know, they're tankier, heavier firepower sort of thing. So I would just never actually be like, oh yeah, let me take Apple Boy. That's probably why I didn't know. Better frame parts and vertical missiles. Oh. Hold on, I could probably... Well, it's Armored Core Wiki. Do you think I could find it on the wiki? I probably could. I probably could. It's called hag maxing. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have never heard of this once in my life. Armored Core Apple Boy. No clue what you are talking about. Hold on, his AC. Okay, this is like the late game version. It's the only picture they have on the wiki of him. Because I can see the extensions on his shoulders. I can see what you're talking about. So that is the late game one. I have no idea what you mean though, DS. There is absolutely no no trend where Gen Z men pursue older women. I've never heard of this in my life, no. No, definitely not. Oh, that killed! Let's go! All my homies love Apple Boy. It really is the most random character for us all to like immediately know off the top of our head, right? It genuinely is just like he's literally just there and all of us are like, oh, I fucking love Apple Boy. Apple Boy's my favorite. He's just there. Ooh, ow, that hit. That's crazy. Uh-oh. Had a great story arc? What story arc? What story arc? Gen Z call fictional women mine. No idea what you could be referring to. Nope. Ow. This guy's kind of running my shit. The first round went great, so I was kind of relaxed. but I'm sort of, that hit me. Okay, our connection's also.
VP at 50%.
Here we go again, talking about the net code, but like, oh.
AP at 30%.
Please, please, please. Sam, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Bit rude to the women, I guess. Well, I've heard the, what's it? I've heard the term hag used plenty. Like, it, to, kind of meme the whole, like, age gap thing. I think I called, never mind. I might have. I feel like I have to have called false that at least once. Minimum one time. Probably. Oh. My laptop's speakers are on. So I just heard the sub alert sound come out of my laptop like a minute later as well. I got excited when I saw this guy's emblem because I could read the first character and the second one, I have no idea what the fuck that says. The first one says "oh," that's just the hiragana "oh." I can read the first bit. That's why I got excited and I was like, oh, hold on, chat, this says, and then I lost it immediately because the rest, I think that's kanji? I don't know. I think it's kanji, the second one. Aside from hag maxing and look maxing, what do I need to do? No, that's it. That's all you got to do. That you got the point. You got the basics down. Those two in tandem are very important. Ow. Shit. Okay, fair enough. He has assault armor. Oh no. Oh! His emblem might say, Oemo. Oemo. If I had to guess, his AC name and his username. And I know at least that the first character says O. I'm gonna take a wild guess, and my guess is gonna be that the second character is the kanji for emo. It's definitely kanji then, if it is. It couldn't be kana. Come here, bitch. Hello, Jess. There's no butt maxing? Oh, you're thinking of glute maxing. Yes, of course. Don't forget to glute max, actually. My bad, my bad. Dare I ask what you've been talking about? No. No. I mean, DS just... Apparently, he was reading a thing about, there's apparently a trend, allegedly, not that I would know, of Gen Z men pursuing older women. Sounds bizarre, right? I can't imagine it's true. And apparently it's called hag maxing. Which I've never heard that word before today, but it is funny. I would have no problem being someone's arm candy. Who'd have ever thought that would be a thing? Definitely don't know anyone like that. No. No, absolutely not. Seems like such a strange trend. I actually don't want to chainsaw you yet. There it is. I wanted to bait it. Benefits of a rematch. I know what I'm up against now. sign of mommy issues in Gen Z? I don't know. I don't know why that would particularly be a trend among Gen Z. Like, I've heard that there's just a general thing of like I've heard people say before, like, oh yeah, guys in their 20s are like so shameless about going after older women for no reason. Like, there's just some weird thing that like possesses them to do it. I've heard that before. I've never heard it as like a thing that's specific to Gen Z. Oh no, he has, I forgot. Works out. At least I can counter it. This is the first I've heard of it as like a specific Gen Z thing. Could be true. Not that I would know. I like that he has the D rank calling card on. I still think that my one win, one single match victory calling card is funnier, but he has the same spirit. That was thrilling. Yeah, the end of AC7's campaign is so good. It's great. It's really good. I feel like Ace Combat 7's campaign in general is really good. That game has some devoted haters, and I don't understand it, man. Like, some really devoted haters, and I don't get it. This guy's name is Big Dong, and he's rocking the Loader 4, boys. Do we have a Giga Chad on our hands? I think not, just based on the build. I said that, and then I realized that I'm up against a wheelchair with dual bazookas and plasma missiles. Ow. So I take it back. But his name is Big Dong, so I'll give him that much. That's funny. Of course you have assault armor. He baited my ass so hard. It was in the back of my head. I was like, he might. He might. And of course he did. It's okay, we still got that. You wouldn't understand. You clearly lack the experience in Ace Combat. I was wondering if you knew how to change the language on Metal Gear Solid. Can't navigate anything because it's all Japanese. I do not. Where'd you get the Japanese copy? I think there's like apps for your phone though, where you can like take a picture of something and have the app translate it. Ow. Oh god. I got screwed. I got screwed on the catch. Something made me unhappy about 7 when I first finished it, but over time I like it a lot more. Interesting. Can't seem to find the options in the title screen. Is this on, like, what version of Metal Gear Solid is this? Like, is this the PS1 version? Or like Master Collection or what? Rewatched False's stream earlier, by the way, and had to laugh at how long she was using the medic pistol. Dude. It, like, I kept having to tell her too, I'm like, False, you need a new gun. And eventually she bought the medic assault rifle, which is expensive. I think it's a tier 3 weapon, right? It's an expensive gun. It might be a tier 4, I don't know. Oh, it's Peace Walker. I have no idea then. I didn't even really touch the settings on Peace Walker. But yeah, I eventually, she bought the assault rifle. And then after that, Like, she would just rock the medic pistol the entire game until she could afford the assault rifle. And I'm like, okay, false. If you're sick of using the pistol for like 5 of the 7 waves of the game, which you probably are, I would have to imagine, there are other guns in that menu. It took like almost the entire thing. She was doing great, but it was hilarious. This is what the running bit of like false hard mode is. If you haven't heard the meme of false hard mode, it is a joke that she dubbed this. Okay, this is not me. This is her joke. This can't come back to me. For the record, it's a term used to refer to the game being much harder than it's supposed to be, simply because False refuses to learn the mechanics or systems of a game. Like, she just refuses to actually learn how the game works, and she ends up making things way harder on herself. This is her term, not mine. She came up with it, all right? What was this game? This is Armored Core 6. Was that the dagger? No, it's the laser shotgun. What you're saying is she's playing games wrong? No. She'll pick up a game and just like, you know, whatever the most basic thing is, like, you know, she'll figure out how to shoot and like aim and all that. But then when it comes to things like, you know, trying out the different guns to see what she might like in a game like, say, Killing Floor 2, she's just not gonna do it. If she's playing an RPG and she starts unlocking skill points, she's just not gonna open up the skill point menu and spend them on anything. She'll just stick with the default skills. Because she just like immediately figures out how the super basic level stuff works. And then she's like, oh, this is all I need. All right. Like that's all she does. And I'm just like, oh my God. False, please. And it's what leads to the meme of me backseating her on like every game that she plays, because I sit there and I see her doing this and I'm like, hey, False, there's other guns. There, you have skill points to spend, you know, whatever it is. Oh no, this build is gonna kill me. Hopefully they'll do it again soon. Having, what we got up to 10 by the end. Having 10 people in a Killing Floor 2 lobby is ridiculous. There is so much chaos in like a small space when you have 10 people in a Killing Floor 2 lobby. I've never experienced that. And it made hard mode feel easier than normal mode. Like, it felt so, like no one was dying on hard mode. There were like 3 deaths total throughout the whole stream. And only 3 of the 10 of us had like played the game before. I think we should have upped it. I joked with Snooze once about Suicidal. If we do Killing Floor again, then I might pass it along. I might be like, hey, Snooze, I think this time, like, we start on hard mode, and then once we have like a game or two where no one dies for the entire thing, bump it up. We definitely could have done Suicidal, and it would have actually felt pretty solid, I think. The only thing with going above hard mode with the new players that is sort of like iffy is that Z behavior actually changes once you go up above hard mode, right? Like a bunch of new attacks that don't exist on normal and hard difficulty start getting worked in when you bump it up to Suicidal, and then Hell on Earth has another set of attacks that get opened up. Oh yeah, Alpha Clots. That's also true. But I think we definitely could have handled it with 10 people.
50%.
Like, just having that many people makes the game so much easier. You don't want them to die. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is, like, I want it to feel like there's, you know, some threat and, like, some chaos happening, but I don't want it to just be like, oh, everyone dies and is just spectating the whole game. Right? You gotta find the right sweet spot with that. Also, when he asked if we need to bump it up to long instead of medium, I was like, dude, we have 130 Zeds on wave 1 with this many players. We do not need to go to a long game. We're good. We're good. We were doing fine. We also had like 2.5 medics the entire time. So I play on 4 round. Really? I normally play long. But with 10 people, medium kind of felt like what long normally feels like. Because long normally goes for like 30, 35 minutes, and I feel like that's about how long the games were going last night. Although I haven't played Hell on Earth in a really long time. I used to be a big Hell on Earth enjoyer back when I had like all of my perks maxed out and I was playing regularly. But like most of my playtime on Killing Floor 2 is from a really long time ago. Because I picked the game up when I played Killing Floor 1 when I was younger. And then I picked up Killing Floor 2 like as soon as it went into early access. So when I first played Killing Floor 2, it was like 3 maps and there were 4 perks in the game. I think it was Berserker, Commando, Support, and Medic were like the only classes that existed in the game. There were nowhere near as many Zeds. There were nowhere near as many weapons. There were like 4 or 5 weapons a perk. So most of my Killing Floor 2 experience is from like boomer-ass Killing Floor 2. The game is a lot different now. Not in a bad way, it's just it's really different from what I used to like game the shit out of. There's just a lot more stuff in Killing Floor 2 now. That new pistol sucks though. I kept trying to use the new pistol last night and it's just bad. The new starting pistol, the HRG one, oh my. I think what happened is that it's a burst pistol, right? It's a 3-round burst. And it feels like what they did is they pretty much took like the damage profile of the 9mm and they spread it out so that like if you hit the entire burst, then you get like equal damage. Maybe a tiny bit more, but roughly equal was what it felt like. But then, you know, when I'm trying to just like pop clots and stuff on like wave 1, wave 2 with the pistol, I have to hit like an entire burst to the head to actually get their head to pop. And I was like, this is garbage. I have to hit 3 shots in the head to kill like the weakest enemy in the game. What is this? There's a bit of recoil on it. Yeah, there is. It kicks a decent bit. There just wasn't a situation where I couldn't just reload. That's true. I also normally really like Berserker, but last night I played it the first game and Berserker on 200 ping is not the move. It's not the move. It did not, like, I couldn't parry a goddamn thing. I just couldn't. And the nail gun has the slower projectiles, right? So I'm trying to like use the nail gun to take down the large Zeds whenever they pop up. Like flesh pounds, whatever. and there's like a fifth of a second delay between pulling the trigger and the projectiles even spawning, much less than hitting it and then processing the damage, it felt really bad. Because the server, it's Snooze's server that he made, so it's based in the UK. Everyone from Europe in the open lobby last night was big chillin'. Ping felt great. Like, I was looking at the leaderboard, right? Ping was good for everyone over in Europe. For us Americans, we were all on like minimum 130, I think was the lowest out of all of us from the US. I think Beast had like 130, False had like 160, and I had like 170, 180. The first game, it was the worst though, weirdly. I had like 200 during the first match. I shouldn't have tried for that. It was fun though. I just couldn't play Berserker. I just actually couldn't do it because the ping was ridiculous. You guys think that was natural or a plug? We have no way of actually knowing. What do you guys think? We didn't see him. Plug. I've won against that guy. I think that was like the third time I've played that guy today. That wasn't our first match. I don't know if I've beaten him every time. I haven't. I've kind of been yapping a lot, so I haven't been paying super close attention. Richard, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, Killing Floor open lobby was good. That was like my favorite community night that she's done. That was good. It was so funny that like no one in there had played the game before too. Couldn't dare face the might of Chole. This guy's AC name is Venice Joust, and he has the oh my lag. Whoa. Yeah, that's fine. You just hit me. That's cool. It's not like you're teleporting around the screen or anything. Motherfuck. Oh, Party Animals was good. Killing Floor was probably still my favorite, but that was probably my second favorite. That would be up there. First one I've been a part of. I've been participating in them consistently the last few months just to bump the player count on them. I used to kind of be like, it's just if I want to. But I've kind of just been doing it like regardless of what it is the last few months. It's like, oh, I gotta buy this $10 like random deer game on Steam. Fine, whatever. It's okay, I refunded it afterwards anyway. That's literally the only time I'm gonna play it. Laser Lance. Did I never finish the sentence? It is the Lance. Hello, Rymus and Seppert. Oh god. Last night was also, not to be the numbers guy in the room, as I typically am, but last night was like the most people I think that we had like actively participating for the whole stream, at least in a year. Like minimum in a year. Which is so weird, because again, no one in there had played Killing Floor before. And like literally the idea came about from Snooze being like, oh hey, by the way, this game is like $2. And like it's on sale for like $2. and it would be a good open lobby game because it's a co-op game. It gets pretty crazy. And False was like, oh, okay. And they like signal boosted it in the Discord and just like everyone bought it. And Tidbit's been around in there for a bit. What's crazy about it to me, on top of the whole like no one had played it and everyone like bought it for $2, it's like, okay, $2. But they normally do free to play stuff. Like they normally go out of their way to do stuff that's free and no one has to buy. Like everyone can just download if they want to participate. I wonder if maybe everyone who like planned on participating and bought the game was there because they spent $2. That might actually be like the thing, because even though it was only $2, it's like, okay, yeah, well, people actually paid for it instead of it just being like, oh yeah, if I want to show up, I can, and it's free. I wonder if that has something to do with it, actually. I guess Party Animals was paid for. How much was Party Animals on sale for when we did that? Because I got into Party Animals off of False's like buddy pass for it. I didn't buy it. Because they have like the buddy pass thing on the Steam version where everyone who owns the game can just like invite one friend to play for free whenever. Just $20, I think. Really? I think it was on sale, wasn't it? It had to have been. Already with all the DLCs. Well, yeah, you and... I think it popped up just saying that it was you, but I know that Snooze also has all the DLCs. And I don't have every single one. I have a lot of the older ones. Here's the thing with Killing Floor 2 weapon DLC. I said in chat last night, because False pulled up like, or no, it wasn't last night. It was a few days ago. False was like looking at the Steam page for Killing Floor 2. And she was like, oh, the DLC stuff is all like mostly negative on the reviews. And I was like, oh yeah, the community is not super thrilled about the DLC practices of this game. Here's the thing, as someone who played since early access, like the beginning of early access, when they started doing the weapon DLCs, the DLCs were like $8 a piece, I think, for like a weapon. Like the Zweihander was $8. Stopped making new weapons, like once they were done, they put out like the pass that was just, hey, for $30 you can get every DLC weapon we ever made. So I've probably spent like $40 or so on Killing Floor 2 DLC weapons, and I only have a handful of them. But if you're a new player, you could spend $30 and get all of them. But I think it was just showing you, I don't know why, because everyone in the lobby was only seeing it as you, but like I know that I had a few of them. I know that Snooze, I think, has all of them. I think Snooze just bought like the Armory Pass as well. Ah, fuck.
50%.
Last night was like the only time I've ever regretted resetting my Killing Floor account though, because I was like, yep, all my shit's gone. I reset it ages ago just to have like something to play for again before they added the perk prestiging into the game. That was a thing. Like back when I played, perk prestiging wasn't a thing. So I reset my account to have something to like play for again, because I had played for so long with everything maxed out. Wondered how you only had a level 1 demo. Yeah, I reset my account like 2 years ago or something. Or no, it would have been longer ago than that, right? I don't know. A long time ago, I reset it. And I haven't played much without mods since then. Particularly one really good mod called Zedternal that's on the Steam Workshop. That is awesome. But because it completely changes like the core systems and stuff, you don't get any XP while playing it. It's one of those mods. It's like whenever I do boot up Killing Floor 2, I play Zedternal, because it's just like I would way rather play that version of it, unless I'm playing with a bunch of people who aren't into the game, like last night. No Tekken Season Pass 2. Yeah, I think there's just not gonna be one until the next like actual season. Because season 1 isn't over, but for some reason the Tekken Pass is. I was seeing this on Twitter that like the Tekken Pass was over, but like season 2 still doesn't start for a while. Damn, this build hurts. I'm gonna have to be careful about this one. Speaking of level 1 demo and speaking about like not being able to do cool stuff on the ping, I could not. I did it like once the entire match when I played demo. I couldn't crown the Skrakes with the RPG because the connection was just making it impossible. And for most people in chat who haven't played a lot of Killing Floor 2, when you play demo, if you get right up against a Skrake, like full health, no one has shot them. If you like walk up to them and you shoot an ARPG, if you shoot an RPG right into their face, like point blank, it insta kills them. Like even on Hell on Earth, it works. But because of the connection, like I would pull the trigger on their head and then they would keep walking around and stuff. And you know, like 200 milliseconds later, the projectile comes out. So I couldn't do it. I kept trying to do it and I would just eat a chainsaw instead. It wasn't working. Having Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 6, not 5. Street Fighter 5 is the bad one. We don't talk about that. But yeah, the Street Fighter 2 arcade machine is awesome. I love that there's so much. You know what was my one thing where I was like, I'm not gonna backseat much at all unless it's false specifically? My one thing last night that I was like, oh my god, bro, Hazard was playing Berserker and just buying whatever fucking guns in the machine he felt like. I saw him running around with a minigun at one point. I saw him running around with like the Hemo Goblin at one point. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, and then he swapped to, I think, like Sharpshooter or something. And he was running around with like the Bullpup. And I was just sitting there it was painful. It's like, yeah, at one point I was just like, hey, if you're just using like whatever guns for fun, there's a perk that's like made to be able to use every gun in the game and not kind of be tied down to something. I tried to push him in that direction, but he just stuck with it. He just stuck with it. I was like, all right, it's whatever. He's not false, so I can't in good faith sit here and fucking badger him about it. But it was painful the whole time. I was just like, what is he doing?
AP at 30%.
Ow. Just liking the default sharpshooter gun. It has a little lever action, right? That sharpshooter starts with? Yeah, it does. Sharpshooter is probably one of the perks I've played the least of, like in the game. What's the one I played the most? I don't know. I think I have played the most Berserker, like lifetime on Killing Floor 2. Probably Commando, like close second. Commando nowadays is so good too. Cause it's like, you don't want to have a whole lot of commandos on a team, but you always kind of have, you want to have one. Just having one commando is perfect. It helps so much. Being able to see the cloaked enemies, extensions on Z time. Did you use the commando drone? I didn't, but Snooze was using it, and it was crazy. I hadn't seen it get used before. And at one point, I was holding the zone down with Snooze, and he just had that thing out, and it was killing everything. Like, we weren't even doing anything. But nowadays, Commando is so good because, I mean, you've always been able to buy the medic rifle on Commando and like get all of the assault rifle benefits out of it and stuff, and it's great because you can like have someone who's getting good damage out of an assault rifle and also has the medic needles. You just don't get like all the buffs from medic and stuff, but it's whatever. You get the heals. You get the important part. But now they added the FAL from Killing Floor 1 as a sharpshooter weapon for some reason that can be toggled into full auto. And that gets all the commando damage buffs for assault rifles. And if you can pull the recoil down on it, on commando, like you can have a commando who's playing essentially like a hybrid between like a big Zed killer, like a Scrake and Flesh Pound killer, a medic, and you're also getting Zed time extensions and like being able to see all the cloaked Zeds. It's crazy. Commando's really good nowadays. It's always been like the sort of, yeah, you want like one on a team, but now it's actually really good. Like, really good. Oh, he was using the demo one, my bad. I just like trying to get headshots. Sharpshooters, you're playing the right perk. That's the whole gimmick. The big thing with sharpshooter is that they, well, traditionally, like if you're playing, you know, if you're playing some proper killing floor, your sharpshooter is going after your large Zeds and using like the railgun or something to just one-tap them to the head. When they're at max level with like the right perk loadout, that's what they're doing. They're like your big game hunter of the team, or one of them. Why is your transformer pink? Isn't that for girls? Yes, pink is only for the girls. It's pink to pick up the girls, actually. That's the whole point. I was trying really hard not to be a know-it-all with a husband with over 1,000 hours. I know way too much. I also was just holding back. Like with False, I really was holding back because I'm used to just backseating the shit out of her. So I kept it as simple as just like, hey, maybe you should try guns. And if you're not liking the medic guns, you could maybe just try something else. Because at one point she's like, oh, I was like, there's a pistol class. Whole pistol class. And she was like, no, I want to heal. And I'm like, okay, heal. Can get taken out really easily. Well, yeah, they have no like extra defense of any sort. What the fuck? This could be a little scary. Depends on how good the player is with this one, but this could definitely be scary. If he's like goated at the game, I'm dead. If he's not, I have a chance. Like, yeah, we're getting to the zombies before me. Well, yeah, because there's 10 of us. Like, I think everyone kind of felt that way. Because at the end of the game, like on the leaderboard and stuff, there was no player in the lobby who was like, you know, so far, like there was no one who was a mile ahead of everyone else on kills or anything. I mean, there kind of was, but it was, you know, like Jess was playing Firebug, so she had like the highest number of kills, but she was also cleaning up all the trash with the flamethrowers and stuff. Like it's nothing out of the ordinary, at least. Like no one who was a mile ahead who shouldn't have been based on what they were doing, sort of thing. If I wasn't highest in the, yeah. If Jess didn't have the most in the lobby, then Jess would just be a bad Firebug. I'm kind of surprised that we had a full lobby of new players though, and we didn't see a single person the entire night play SWAT.
50%.
Not at any point did we see anyone play SWAT. It was kind of shocking, actually. Because SWAT is like, in my opinion, like the most attractive noob class. Like the most beginner friendly is more what I mean. That sounded more like, oh yeah, noobs play SWAT, but it's like the easiest class to pick up and play as a beginner. Like all you got to do is clean up the trash. You're using SMGs, so you know you've got guns that it's like, yeah, I've got like 50 bullets in a magazine, and I just kind of like spray in that direction, and like they die. I guess Firebug is pretty beginner friendly too. But SWAT's kind of just more attractive when you're a new player, because the whole flamethrower gimmick on Firebug feels more intimidating than it is when you're looking at it. It's like, ooh, flamethrower is kind of weird until you realize that it's literally just like click left mouse and flames go everywhere. It seems like it would take more effort than it does. Ow. Jesus. Okay. This is a crazy kiting build. This sucks. Oh my god, this is an insane kiting build. Oh, I don't want to back off of him. Yeah, that's where he's gonna excel. I have no energy. I like to gravitate towards Gunslinger often. Gunslinger is just fun. It's just fun. How do I equip things to hangers? You have to have hangers available on your, what's it? Your core. And then it will just be, like, available right below your arm weapons. It's like a whole category in the garage. Oh, and the weapon has to be like hanger compatible. It has to be smaller, or it has to be small enough to fit. It's fairly specific, actually, now that I'm saying it all out loud. It's nice to have, though, if ammo is a worry. Feels good when you get a nice clutch heal. Medic is fun in Killing Floor. The game is so chaotic that it doesn't feel boring to just run around and heal people. I felt like Overwatch was like that back when I had fun playing Overwatch. Where it's like there's always so much happening, like at all times, that being the designated, you know, player who runs around and heals everyone didn't actually feel boring. You know how in a lot of games it feels boring because it's just like, oh yeah, I kind of stand around and wait, and then every once in a while, like, someone needs it. Games like Killing Floor and Overwatch, where it's kind of like constant healing, make it way more fun. In my, ow, I'm dead. Shit. That's unfortunate. I'm not dead yet. You don't get much XP from actually healing. Yeah. It's kind of weird. The perk system in Killing Floor 2, especially with the progression, is pretty good. I miss the early stages of Overwatch 2 when it was a good and enjoyable video game. I liked the beginning of Overwatch 2, but I think I liked it more because it was, like, fresh compared to old Overwatch. Because when I think back on it, like, all of the problems that I've now come to realize are like the things that make me not enjoy it were all there at the start of Overwatch 2. I think it's just because the game felt like fresh, like just different than it used to, that I was kind of like, oh yeah, this is a good time now. Overall, I definitely, like, when I think back on it, I think they should have just left it. Like, Overwatch 1 kind of had it right near the end. The only real issue with Overwatch 1 at the end was just that it stopped getting updates, so it got boring. Like, that was... the end of Overwatch 1 felt great. I mean, a lot of people didn't like getting CC'd all the time by like stun and, you know, whatever else. But at least it gave a lot of the characters like more of a role within the game and like more agency. Because like one of the most boring changes in Overwatch 2 was McCree's grenade. They took away his flashbang and just made it like a little sticky bomb. And it's like, okay, well, Tracer has a sticky bomb. And like Ashe has a stick of dynamite, so like what it's kind of just more of the DPS sticky bomb, not sticky. Ashe's isn't sticky, but you know, like throwable explosive trend. It's just more of what other characters have. They kind of homogenized the characters, and it's like the different characters was what made everyone love Overwatch so much when it came out. What the hell does AST mean? It's short for assault. It means burst in Gen 3.5. It means that it's burst fire. Which is code for never touch this piece of shit. Thank me for warning you ahead of time on that one. Any burst weapon in 3.5 is just abysmal because the tracking is made a specific way. Thank you. What do you mean? The tracking in 3.5, what it does is it will lock on, and then as soon as you fire the first shot, it stops tracking. So the burst will fire off, but it's going to fire off in the exact location that the enemy was when you pulled the trigger. And obviously, the enemies move. So like literally just because the tracking is so terrible, it makes the weapons basically useless if you ask me. Some people will try to defend them and they're like, oh, but in some circumstances, if you can hit the whole burst, but that happens like 1% of the time. I barely won. That was very close. I shouldn't have gone for the chainsaw, but at least it worked. At least it worked. The other thing with the Killing Floor server for False's stream last night was I was gonna ask Snooze, because you know me. I'm a big advocate for the modding scenes of games. I love game mods so much. So much. The modding scenes, like a good modding scene just takes a good game, makes it an amazing game, right? Killing Floor 2 has a really good custom mapping scene where there are so many fun maps. Base game Killing Floor maps feel pretty samey. Like it's kind of just a change in visuals and not really much else outside of that. Except for then you get those maps like Krampus Lair or is it called The Descent? The one where you're like going further and further down like into the basement or whatever it is, where like you pretty much every wave you just move on to the next like small area that you're stuck in for the whole wave. Outside of those maps, they all feel pretty much the same. That's the name, I think. Thought so. So like custom maps for Killing Floor 2 are a godsend. Never heard it said like that. Krampus? Krampus is just like the American pronunciation of it, like the American English pronunciation. Down south, they might say Krampus, though. I don't know. No.
50%.
But yeah, I was gonna have Snooze like load up some workshop maps. Because the way that Killing Floor's workshop maps work,
30%.
if you go to join a server that's, if you're on the Steam version at least, this is like the big thing because, you know, you have to have the Steam version for Steam Workshop to work like this. If you join a map, or sorry, a server that's running a workshop map, like as you load in, it will quickly download the map and you don't even have to like go and grab the mod yourself ahead of time. It will just quickly like automatically download it so that you can play on it as you load in. And there are some really cool maps. But then I realized that there's going to be some people on the Epic Games version and I'm like, oh man, then like if they wanted to be able to play, they would have to actually go to like ModDB or Nexus, or I don't even know where Killing Floor 2 mods are outside of Steam Workshop, to be honest, but they would have to go to some other site and like manually install them to be able to play, and it would fall apart so fast, so let's not do that. Would have been great to have workshop maps, but for the Epic Games people, it just wouldn't have worked. So I was like, never mind. We don't need that. It's more effort than it's worth at that point. Like cramp. How is it pronounced? Hold on. I'm not gonna be able to.
Krampus.
Krampus. That one is British English. I want to go find the German one. The Google one brought up British English. Krampus. I gotta go find it. I actually don't know, to be honest. I know around these parts everyone say Krampus. Damn. Is he trying to soft lock? Is that what? It felt like he was kind of trailing behind me. He might be trying to use soft lock. Or was he using charge shots and like getting stuck in the animation? Hold on. No, that's definitely... I think he's toggling it on and off. Like there are moments where he definitely is using hard lock and then it like goes away. Yeah, he's toggling back and forth. Which is not something I see a whole lot. Oh. Yes. Brr. I was like, this is going to be such a 50-50 of a round. Once I went into the armor, it was going to be a close one. One spread shot and one normal. Everything dies in one hit. Maybe bazookas would be fun on 3.5. I don't think I've ever tried like a genuine bazooka build on it. We're like an hour and 15 minutes in and I've almost gone up a full rank today. We're kind of cooking. And it's kind of crazy because I haven't been very focused on the game. I've been what's it?
Campus. Campus.
Campus.
Campus. Campus. Campus.
It's kind of like an in-between of am and and then puss. The guy's name is Goose and his emblem. All right, fair enough. Loader 4, by the way. Oh, bouncy reverse joint quad laser build. with pulse armor. Yikes. If it was assault armor, I would have been able to make this work. This is going to be a scary build for me. This is the kind of build that just eats through my AC. Oh, it's spread lasers on the shoulders. Okay. I'm out of caffeine already. Whoosh. Oh, ow.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Oh, I'm dead. Those lasers hurt a lot. I don't have very great laser defense on this. They always just chew through me. Man, we're still only 4 wins away from A4 though. And we're not even halfway through the stream. Get lasered, bozo. Shit happens. Lasers hurt a lot. I've got killing floor back on the brain now, which is bad. I have too many things back on my brain right now. Oh, Goose rematch. Here we go. This time for sure. This time I got his ass. I'm gonna be a little more careful about the lasers. I was trying to rush him too hard, I think. I could assault boost him for a fast stagger, but I'm gonna eat so much damage on the way in, I don't think it's worth it. I think I want to hang like around 150, 180 meters and make sure that I'm just not getting hit by a lot of stuff. Like so. I can hang at this range with this build, thankfully, because we kind of went for a nice middle ground of mid-range and close range. To the chagrin of many a chatter who's like, you need full close range, you're playing chainsaw, you need to be maximum close range. And I'm like, but then what happens when I get someone rushing me down with quad lasers? I can't do anything if I'm stuck in the close range. I need the flexibility. I need to be able to adapt, even if it means I'm not always playing like a fully optimal build. The consistency that comes from being able to change things up depending on what I'm against is worth it. Oh, come on. He's recognizing what I'm doing, which is bad. Because now he's also like kind of weaving in and out to fuck with me. Oh, he still has pulse armor too. He used it. I thought that he actually big brained me. Now if I can pull a miracle and stay alive. Oh, we're so boned. What? Okay, that kick was crazy. What? Hold on. A 1 HP? Bro, the kick. The off-screen kick. That certainly doesn't help with getting my shit run by lasers either. I didn't really notice that our connection was that bad. It seemed like, you know, not great. If it were any other game, it would have felt laggy, but for Armored Core 6, it felt about normal to me. Until that kick. That kick was wild. Is it Goose? Who is it? It's Goose. Come here, bitch. Okay, so that strat didn't work either. Maybe I go balls to the walls and I go for the assault boost. Might just be the way. Ah, shit. You go for synergy rather than picking weapons as tools? I mean, it's both. The two aren't mutually exclusive. I shouldn't have done that. Nice kick. Get pulse armored. Fuck! Why?
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
No, why? I missed two. That one was a pretty long shot to try to get that second chainsaw. But fuck, I normally don't miss two in one round. Three to switch? One unswitchable. And three. Oh, one like a shoulder weapon and then like a hanger weapon. And two arm weapons. Okay. AC6 isn't the first one where you can shoot everything. I'm trying to think. Like all at once, I mean. I think that's yeah, it is Gen 4. It would have been the first time that you could shoot like all four weapons at a time. 4, 5, and 6, I'll do that. Unless you're using hangers, of course. But Gen 4 doesn't have hangers like that, actually. So that's a Gen 5 thing that got carried into 6. Well, actually, 5 didn't have shoulder weapons. Okay, yeah, now I'm slowly remembering. Gen 4, you could have like shoulder missile launchers and dual assault rifles and like shoot all of them at once. Gen 5 had hangers on your shoulders, so weapon swap builds. And then 6 just has both. You just combine them. Mix and match them as you please. Oh, oh, my chainsaw's not ready. Oh, that's... Jesus Christ. The melee cancel bug on the chainsaw needs to be fixed from Soft. I beg. I am on my knees, bro. I am down on my knees for you to fix this melee cancel bug with the chainsaw. There were also shoulder missiles? I don't think there were. Did it have shoulder missiles? Did I never use shoulder missiles, but they were there? I can't be crazy. Hold on. Fuck. I can't be crazy. I have no recollection of any missile launchers in Gen 5.
AP at 30%.
Ow. No. Oh my god. He went. Okay, he won. He gave me a chance, although he had shotguns, so it wasn't a huge chance, but it was a chance. Hold on. Weapon types. This will work. There's a shoulder unit that gives you like missile intercepts. Oh yeah, there are missiles. What the fuck? Did I just never use them? Yeah, there's a missile of like all 3 damage types right there. Kinetic. Oh man, what do the other types even stand for? CE. Oh man, What is CE? Which one was like the fire one, and which one was... What were the 3 damage types? Oh my god, it's been this long. Go for a kick if you don't have the chainsaw ready. Kick could work, actually. Like if I stagger them and it's that rare circumstance. Oh, to save weight a lot of the time. That might be why I never did it. Like maybe it just wasn't... Oh, I also... In Gen 5, speaking of the damage types, I normally just had like a good flexible build where I had either... Like I had minimum weapons of 2 damage types, but a lot of the time I had like at least 1 weapon of every damage type going into a mission. Because playing blind, it's just, I don't know what I'm going up against until I actually go in there. Because Gen 5 has the whole rock, paper, scissors thing where you can just use whatever the hell you want, but you're not going to do anywhere near as well as if you actually like come prepared for what you're going up against. The whole rock, paper, scissors thing in Gen 5 is probably like the worst part of those games. Yeah, it's so weird that I don't recall missiles being there. So I guess Armored Core 6's weapon system is pretty much the Gen 5 system without, without the damage types then. Because you can do hangers or like shoulder weapons freely. I do look forward to replaying Gen 5 and Gen 4 and Last Raven. Most of what I have coming up after like wrapping up Nexus Disc 2, I am looking forward to for Armored Core. Like I wasn't looking forward to doing Nexus. I wasn't looking forward to doing Another Age. Oh, that. Let me look at that. Hold on. Investigation has begun. I think he stopped moving. Let me go back. Let me slow it down. It looked like a pretty quick plug. Oh, I forget that I should be doing this like on screen. I started doing that last time where I would do the plug investigation on screen on my computer instead of on my phone, but hold on. I'm so close already. I think that was a plug. I think that was a genuine plug. It looks like it. He stopped moving for like a brief second and then the disconnect happened. That didn't look natural. I think that was a plug. The bitches out here plugging. Oh god. That's split missile launcher in the right hand. Plasma thrower. And I think I saw a javelin missile. Yeah, that's a javelin. Certainly. And a shield. Oh my god. Okay. What's that? Oh, it's just a normal missile launcher, not splits, looks like. Respect the chainsaw. Oh, you have pulse armor too. Interesting build. I wonder, like, I guess because most builds don't play Rushdown like I do. At least not currently. Like, back when Ranked first dropped, Rushdown was pretty much what you saw, like, every other match. But nowadays, you see a lot more, like, conservative, not necessarily kiting, but, like, mid-range builds. You see a lot of stuff that doesn't have much melee focus nowadays. A lot of builds that are just put together more for like all-around consistency instead of specializing in something. Or kiting. Kiting is still pretty, I don't want to say meta, but pretty commonplace. Shit, I was trying to jump because I realized my armor was coming down. I just had to jump sooner and I would have had it. So this guy doesn't pulse armor until after he gets to low health, which is weird. I didn't chainsaw him there because I thought he was going to pulse armor it, so I was trying to just get the damage in that I could. But I should be pretty aggressive going for it. Yeah, he doesn't respect it. At all. He went for melee after that. These builds must do pretty well, because I do see a lot of rat builds still popping up in A rank. So they must do well. I just... From my perspective, playing Rushdown, I feel like they typically don't, unless you're doing like a particularly good, like lightweight lamb setup where you're up in the actual ceiling of the map. Then I'm going to have an issue. But something like that, that's like heavier and plays close to the ground is weird to me. They must work. People must find enough success with them to be up this high. Oh, I've fought this guy before. One of the Gen 1 relics. I do like the emblem. I like the Gen 1 relic thing. Unless there's a bunch of them. Is this like a proper... What's it? Proper clan on Armored Core 6? Or is it just this guy? I'm assuming it's the same guy, but maybe the Gen 1 relics are many in number. Ooh, ow, ow, ow. I didn't have energy to... Whoa. The second one came out, I guess because it input queued off of me thinking I had my SMG out. Oh my god. See, this guy is like what I was talking about last match when I was saying, like, not a rat build, not like a kiting build, but just like a conservative mid-range setup. Although he has pistols. So it is a little weird that he plays at the range that he does. Because the pistols don't have great range. But he kicked my ass. Chainsaw mistake cost me dearly. As they often do. The chainsaw is super committal. If I ever make a mistake and throw it out by accident, it normally costs me a round. Ooh, ow. Don't you run away from me. There we go. Works very well for me to have his pulse armor out of the way. Why are you running?
AP at 50%.
Fuck.
AP at 30%.
These pistols have more range than I think they do. I feel like he's outranging me, which to my understanding shouldn't be the case. There's probably some like very minute build detail coming into play here that I don't understand. Those were the long ones, right? Oh, he had one pistol. I'm stupid. He had a Harris. That's what was happening. That's how I was getting outranged. I get it now. I understand exactly what happened. Was not a minute detail. I thought he had dual pistols for some reason. It all makes sense. If I had known that he had a linear rifle, I would not have played that the way that I did. I would have put a lot stronger pressure on him than I did. Uh-oh. Etsugens and bullet orbit. Although he looks pretty light. He might stagger easily. I might. Odds aren't great that I win the ACS race on this, but I could. Maybe. No, I'm going first. What expansion are you running? I shouldn't have thrown that. Pulse armor, okay. I'm boned. I'm boned. Is that the dagger, I think? It was a weird angle for me to try to catch it. It looked like the dagger. Oh God. Respect it. Respect the chainsaw. Can't fuck with it. Pulse armor when you get staggered or you're dead. The first time I was just like, he has an expansion. I'm not gonna push it. It's the amount of times that I've died. Lighter than you. It seems about this. Well, he is lighter than me, but it seems like we pretty equally pace each other out in stagger. Just because I have the laser and he has the bullet. Bullet orbit has more stagger buildup, so he has more raw stagger buildup, but he's a little lighter. Dude didn't respect the chainsaw. Even after it insta-killed him, he just ate it again. Rookie mistake. You have to respect the chainsaw. No A lighter you. What? Huh? Oh, it's A lighter you? No, it's not. We don't even look the same. Oh, you just mean the estrogens on the orbit. That's all. I was like, what are you talking about, Willis? You just mean estrogens and orbit. Never mind. What's that? That's me. Wait for it. Oh. I think they beat me earlier, right? We did get a match earlier. I think they won. Oh, dude, you know what would be so nice? Would be like personal win rate metrics. See, I tried to quick boost out to the side thinking that I could get around it. I've never done that before. Now I know that I should just fly over it. Oh, ow. Oh, ow. Aw, shit. It was worth a shot. You never know. Sometimes it catches. Oh, I could have just killed them with guns, though. Yeah, that was kind of stupid. I kind of threw that, actually, looking back at it now. I got caught up in the moment. I didn't realize how low their health was by that point. I thought I needed to land the chainsaw to win. Holy shit. They are hauling ass. Okay, I think I've got this. People not doing assault boost builds anymore. You still see them, not super commonly, at least not this high up. They might still be more common in like lower ranks. I'm not sure. I don't know, like with how Armored Core 6 ranked is, I can't really speak to anything like outside of A rank right now. Because like what people are doing in S is going to be super different, and what people are doing in B is going to be super different, right? At least in S rank, I don't see a ton of it. Oh, I'm eating that. Fuck. Oh, bad. Very bad. Ah, shit. I got the stagger there too, didn't I? Or I was just about to. Fuck. I so had that. I shouldn't have swapped off to chainsaw. I could have killed without it. That was my bad. Yeah, I'm not seeing a ton of assault boosting in A, like as of the last couple streams. But I have no idea what people are doing like outside of A. And also with Armored Core 6, like even outside of ranks, there's no crossplay, so it's kind of platform dependent too. Like I have no idea what people are doing on console, because even that could be pretty different from PC. I'm assuming the higher up you go, the more uniform it is, like the more it kind of stays the same across platforms, but lower than A, who knows? Especially up in S, it's probably fairly consistent what type of builds people are playing. But outside of that, I've got no idea. I can't believe I've only just had that idea today, that like if it could track your win-loss ratio against another person and like at the beginning of the match display that would actually be so fun. I'm trying to think, like Street Fighter 6 has that. I was like, what recent games? He has assault armor. Oh, fucker. God damn it. I was just too far away. I also wasn't prepared. I thought I would need more stagger than I did, so I added an extra swap in that kind of cost it. That's fine. Now I know the assault armor exists. The S woke again. Yep. Everyone and their liberal cores. Hello, Ruby. We're actually making good pace today on the ranked points. We're close to being up a rank this stream, like a full rank. And we've still got plenty of time left. Ooh, yeah, there it is. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't realize that they were gonna stagger too. Oh, they have assault armor though, so we're fine. We're fine. If it was pulse armor, that would have been way worse. Oh, that hurts like a bitch. How can you be on a PvP match with a tank build and still maintain stress level to read comments? I've done this for a long time. And ADHD. It's a superpower sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. I got that split brain. It's not really him playing, it's all, yeah, my controller isn't even on, sort of thing. It's like, I remember seeing a couple of those pop up on like Twitter or something where people would be like, oh my god, this e-girl, her controller isn't even on, you can't see the light on the top of her controller, and everyone's like, It's an Xbox controller. Because like PlayStation, like younger PlayStation players would just think that like every controller had that light bar on the top of it, like the PS4 controller did. Ah, it's Rymus. He returns. There were a couple of those funny moments where they would actually have like an Xbox controller or like a Switch Pro controller or something, and people would be like, "Look, the light bar on top isn't even on." When there just isn't a light bar there. Ooh, okay. I'm seeing what you're doing and it's kind of spooky. Because the damn glare. The glare? Ooh, ow.
AP at 30%.
Rymus, I don't like what you're doing here. Ow, I'm dead. No! And when it changes colors because of the game too. Glare on the TV? Okay, if we're talking like TV, like, you know, you play in the living room sort of thing. I see what you mean. False, do you have a problem with the glare on PS4 controllers? Like at your setup? Wow! Ow! Well played. I didn't think that was gonna connect. I got pile bunked in the ass. When I had, okay. I was like, what? I was like, do you play with your controller like up in front of you? Like you hold it out in front of your chest? Sort of thing? Never on my PC. Hey, I am a PC gamer who plays like 9 out of 10 games with an Xbox controller. It's actually a Switch Pro controller, but it's not, it's a third party, like manufactured one that's in the style of like an Xbox Series controller. It's effectively an Xbox controller, just with like better thumbsticks and better like grips and triggers and stuff. But it's pretty much an Xbox controller in like shape, layout, all that. In front of my chest, yes, I don't play. What? You play like this? Hold on, let me enter my gamer posture here. Oh my God, this feels bizarre. I'm fighting the temptation actively to drop it down into my lap. Oh shit, I got stuck. Nah, man, this is not the move. Shit. I'm so distracted. The AC4 reverse grip. Yeah, the legendary armored core grip. No, just a Switch Pro controller, not a PlayStation Switch controller. It's a third party. It's made by Gully Kit. It's a Switch Pro controller that's also made to work on Windows. And I think you could use it on an Xbox too, actually. I'm not sure. I think that PlayStation's like third-party controller support is still pretty bad. I know that like PC, obviously you can use just about whatever as long as it's fine with Windows, which most things are because most controller firmware is developed on Windows. Ow. Yeah, PlayStation controller support is just bad. It's true. And the Switch, the Nintendo controller support's also bad. But for the Switch, and I mean for the PlayStation too, you can get like just a $20 adapter off of like Amazon and use whatever controller you want. Oh yeah, even on PC, that's true. PlayStation controllers and Steam specifically don't like to cooperate. PlayStation controllers, if you're using like, if you're playing something on like Epic Games, which is rare for me, but I've had this experience where it's not actually a PC issue, it's a Steam issue. Like Steam just doesn't have very good PlayStation controller support. My husband was luckily pretty accommodating. Well, it's because he, of course, understands the staying up all night to play Killing Floor grind. He's been there, of course. Surely. He's like, oh, it's Killing Floor? Oh, yeah. All right. Don't worry. I got everything handled. Don't even worry about it. Ow, fucker, ow.
50%.
I already had my chainsaw out? Or am I dumb? Something there felt wrong. And it's not just that laser shotguns hurt like a bitch. Laser anything. Okay, the connection. Fuck me. I think he would have stayed up and played with us if there hadn't been enough players. He would have found a way. I mean, we did have up to 12 slots. I don't think we ever hit 12. I think we got up to 10 at most. 10 players felt like so much in that game. That was chaotic as shit. Just like the horde of people running to the trader after every wave was so funny to me. Like if you were near the back of the group, it was like an actual just stamp, a holy connection. Holy Jesus. Sorry. It was like a stampede of people getting to the trader pod every wave. Oh. It was fun. Oh, connection worked in my favor. Let's go.
AP at 30%.
You love to see it when it works that way, but I'm dead anyway, probably. If he swings in with a charge shot, like I'm just eating it. I actually can't dodge it this game. Oh my god, I got around it. Never mind, I did. I'm making excuses. I stand by them though, because there's still another round. That was just pure random chance. I stand by my excuses for the time being. Just let it be known. Went upstairs and played for an hour anyway. So funny. I'm sure he's probably played some Hell on Earth in his day, right? Ow! Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, I absolutely stand by my excuses, actually. What? Oh my. It's got nearly 100%. Dude, the achievements? I only have like 30% of the achievements. But to be fair to me, most of the achievements in the game got added like after I stopped playing a lot. A lot of those achievements got added later because a lot of the achievements are like beat this map on this difficulty and stuff like that. So there's just like, there's a ton of maps in the game that I've never played because they got added afterwards and stuff like that. So the collectibles achievements for every map as well. There's just a ton of content in Killing Floor that got added after I stopped playing. So, you know, I have the achievements for like, you know, the OG maps. Like I've beat Burning Paris on Hell on Earth. I've got like all the difficulty achievements for that map. Outpost is an OG map, so I've got the achievements for that. What other maps are like really old? I couldn't tell you. I stopped playing around the time that they added Airship. That was when I kind of stopped grinding Killing Floor. Whenever that would be. I remember that being like the first map that came out, and I was like, I don't know if I need to play this update, to be honest. He has 100%? Oh, good lord. So yeah, he's played a good bit of Hell on Earth then. Because that would mean that he has beaten every map on Hell on Earth. Fuck. I liked all the blood on the snow map. The blood in Killing Floor is something. How many prestiges are there for each perk? Oh, ow. I flew right into it again. Because perk prestiges were after I was gone. I think it's 5. Okay, that's like a decent grind, but not like an insane grind, you know?
At 30%.
Because most people don't play every perk. If you're doing all 10, that's a pretty sizable grind. That's a lot. But if you're the average person who plays like 2 or 3 perks, that's pretty normal. Do I even have 1K in any game? I have 1K hours in one game. And it's Call of Duty World at War. And every time that gets brought up, I always have to add the qualifier that I played for world records on that game. Speedruns, high rounds, etc. on zombies. So like, it's 1,000 hours where I played that much because I was really good and I was actually like getting records back in my heyday. I'm a little washed now. I need to do another zombie stream at some point. I have too many games going right now. I need to finish something. What am I like what am I close to finishing in terms of just like the number of streams that I could double down on soon? Ultra Kill, I could probably bang out. We're pretty close on that. Honestly, the AC6 ranked stuff, I'm pretty close on. I could probably bang this out. And even that would open my shit up a lot.
AP at 30%.
But like zombies is probably going to have a huge resurgence this year. Optimistic thinking, but seeing the leaked marketing material for the new Black Ops this year, like half of the marketing material is zombies oriented, and like leaks are saying there's going to be 2 round-based maps at launch, with the Outbreak open world mode getting added later in the year, as well as just like, you know, your basic, they're going to keep adding maps throughout the year, and as they always do. So I think zombies is going to see a pretty big resurgence, even starting like next week. I'm assuming we're going to get it literally a week from today, actually. I think on June 9th, we're going to be getting like zombies reveals, and that's going to actively cook up the community a lot. The zombies community is so toxic nowadays, though. Like, nothing makes them happy. It's why I left, genuinely. The Chole lore that is very surface level, like top of the iceberg, is me being a zombies exclusive creator in the past. The slightly deeper Chole lore is that I left because the community became so insufferable that I didn't want to associate with them anymore. But you are toxic? False. Here, I'll humor you. I think that they are so toxic that I want nothing to do with them. Let that sink in. I want absolutely nothing to do with them. It's a joke. I know it's a joke, but even then. Toxic towards like their own like fellow community members and towards the developers of the game that they have like dedicated their life to. It's crazy. It's such a terrible community nowadays. And it's crazy because I still stand by the greatest gaming community that I have ever been a part of was the zombies community like pre-2018. That is absolutely like the most wholesome, most just like genuinely passionate gaming community I've ever seen in my life. And it probably will never be that again because of just how far things have already gone downhill. I'm doom posting now, but I'm being genuine. Sorry, my phone. I got distracted by a ding. Fuck, I can't escape him. Oh. Ah, shit. The grenade launcher. No. What? Okay, thank you. If I chainsaw bounced after fighting for my life to even get that, I would have lost my shit. I gotta close something out for streams soon. I've just gotta find something to shut down. I mean, Elden Ring DLC's in like 3 weeks. Which is crazy to say out loud, but it is. So once I get through that DLC and then like wrap up that playthrough, which there probably won't be much of the base game left after DLC anyway. Then that'll be done. Although Elden Ring, I do plan to replace with other Souls stuff afterwards, just because the people here like Souls. Definitely not because I like Souls. Oh. But Souls is like, it genuinely doesn't matter what Souls game I play. If it's a Souls game, people hang out consistently. I did Demon Souls of all things, like the least popular among like the active community. And it was basically like equal, what's it, equal attendance, if you will, as when we do Elden Ring. So it legit is just like, yeah, if it's a Souls game, it's cool. Doesn't really matter which one. No one's overly particular about it. I mean, a couple people are, but most people aren't. I've thought about doing Dark Souls 1. Everyone wants me to do Sekiro and Dark Souls 3. I can't believe that we just got another state of play, by the way, and still no Bloodborne. Or Demon Souls Remake. Well, what the fuck, Sony? What are you doing? Sony, where are the Souls games on PC? Where are they? What are you doing? Do it, coward. I feel like I might do Dark Souls 3 first because I'm such a release order guy. Like, Bloodborne gets the skip because the cowards refuse to put it to PC. And I'm just not gonna give myself that experience. Be ready to make a PlayStation account? I have a PlayStation account. Been nagging you to play Sekiro for months. Yeah, well, Dark Souls 3 also, I've been getting asked about a lot. In recent times, I've been getting asked Sekiro more, but Dark Souls 3, I've gotten nagged about a lot just like over the last year. Because I also haven't played Dark Souls 3. I only skipped to Elden Ring because it was Elden Ring when it came out. You know, the game that sold like 30 million copies, you know. It was just legitimately, if I don't do it, I'm missing out on like the biggest game launch in the last 4 years. So I did it. But aside from that, like when I'm going through the backlog of Souls, like Sekiro and Dark Souls 3 are the ones on PC that I haven't played. There is a third in the form of Bloodborne, but I'm not gonna play it at 20 FPS. I just won't. And if it was 20 FPS, I could maybe make it work. But it's a poorly frame-paced 20 FPS, so it feels worse than 20 even. Like, I've seen the frame pacing tests of Bloodborne, and good lord above. I don't know how the game launched like that. Who allowed it to launch like that? And they never fixed it, is the greatest part. Like, the frame pacing just never got patched. They put that shit out, never touched it again. But yeah, Dark Souls 3. And everyone always says that Dark Souls 3 has like the best bosses in Souls. I don't know if that's true. But a lot of people say it. A lot of people also say that Elden Ring has them. The best bosses. It seems like it's kind of a 50-50 between the two. Does it run better on a PS4 Pro? No. Even on PS5, it's still hard capped at 30, but again, it has a frame pacing problem. So regardless of even if the hardware is better, the frame pacing is bad. So it doesn't come out on proper intervals. If you don't, frame pacing is a lot to get into. Like, there's no way to really TLDR frame pacing and just explain it in like one sentence. You kind of have to just really get into it. Fuck. Really caught by it all the time. This guy and I don't have a great connection, so I get caught by a lot against him. Oh shit. The Coral Blade, the charged one is me being a dumbass. The little overhead strike is like half the time at least it's lag. Is a PS5 worth getting? I'm never gonna buy one. It depends who you are. For me, not at all. Because, like, at this point, there are, like, 2 games on PS5 that aren't also on PC. And I already have a PC. So there's not really a reason to spend, like, $500 to play 2 games. Well, 500... plus I would then have to buy the 2 games. So like $600 for 2 games. It's just, I'm not gonna buy one. And those games are like Bloodborne and Spider-Man 2. Bloodborne might never come to PC at this point, genuinely. Spider-Man 2, just give it a year. It will. Spider-Man 2 is like not even really... Like, I know that if I just wait another year, it'll at least be announced for PC. Because now that Ragnarok is coming over, they're bringing out their real heavy marketing tools to PC. Shit. If I was grounded and I could have actually jumped, that would have gone a lot better. He caught me hovering. Bitch. That hit me. Hard to argue for consoles nowadays. Yeah, I feel like because neither of them really have exclusives anymore. So really all it is with consoles is just if you want to like get a budget system, like if you want to spend less money on the system itself, then yeah, console is still the way. But if you're really into gaming and you're looking at like a more long-term purchase rather than like something that you'll use for like 2 or 3 years, man, I would not recommend any console on the market right now. I would say at that point, just like save up a bit, get a good PC built. And it's a harder, it's a harder purchase to like make at first to get a PC built. But then I've talked about it in depth before. Software is cheaper on PC. Like the hardware is more expensive to get it up and running. But dude, Steam sales, if you've only ever been on console, you don't understand Steam sales. They are literally constant. Like games, like good games are on sale, half off, literally every day on Steam. Like every fucking day. You will be able to open up the Steam store page and find like a good AAA game half off minimum. And you've got a ton of stuff that's like kind of PC oriented that's already cheap and also constantly on sale. Like, you know, like your Deep Rock Galactics, where it's like, yeah, full price, this is a $20 game. And then it goes on sale for like 50+% off around the clock. Right? Vermintide 2, dirt cheap, constantly on sale. Also, I think like $20 at full price. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 are like $10 a pop at full price. They go on sale down to like $1. I'm not even exaggerating. They go like 90% off all the time. And Left 4 Dead is amazing, especially on PC with the whole Steam Workshop community behind it. Dude, you'll get hundreds of hours out of Left 4 Dead 2 for $1. Using my PC for music right now, console for gaming. What kind of, like, is it a laptop? If it's for music, are we talking like, is it a Mac or a MacBook? Like, what kind of PC we're talking? Hard to make a PC build at first. Yeah, it's like, it feels more intimidating on the initial purchase, but if you're someone who games a lot and you're looking at a more long-term purchase where you're like, yeah, I'm going to continue to game for like years to come, I would so heavily recommend it over the current consoles. Especially like at this very moment, the current consoles only have like 3 or 4 more years left in their cycle. So if you did buy a PS5 for like $500 right now, that thing's only gonna last. I mean, you probably won't buy the PS6 like day one, I'm assuming, but you know what I mean when I say the console's effective lifespan, like literal lifespan, I guess, not effective. The literal lifespan of the console is only like 3 or 4 years longer at this point. 4 is like the high end, 3 is the more realistic end. So especially like at this point in the console generation, PC is definitely more worth it right now. Like if we're talking this year sort of thing. And it's even more so if we're talking like next year or 2 years from now, right? Ah, shit. GPU over CPU? I'll say CPU is more important than a GPU. If your CPU sucks, you can't just lower the settings. It's true. GPU is like most of the gaming like stress goes to your GPU. But if your CPU can't keep up with whatever game you're playing, then everything does fall apart. It's very true. Your processor is really important. Even more so for someone doing what I do. Like if you're running games alongside other intensive programs like OBS and you're streaming or recording, especially recording, even more so than streaming, your CPU is gonna need to be pretty chunky. That's with emulation, isn't it? No. Bloodborne on PS4 emulation right now boots, but all you can get out of it is a black screen. I think that what that is, it's either modified PS5s that they're doing that on, or, and this is the more skeptical side of me, I would bet you it's just AI upscaling and interpolation. More likely than not. I might go look, and I might, because you can tell when you're someone like me who's a stupid video nerd. Like if you've got the eye for it and you know what to look for, you can definitely tell. Modded PS5 can get 60, yeah, but I don't. They might be able to get 4K. It could be modded PS5s, but there's a good chance it's just AI upscaling too. Because there's so much like shitty, clickbaity, like AI upscaled content around gaming on YouTube. What expansion do you have? I will never know. I will never know what expansion that man had. He never used it. Hold on. Bloodborne. 4K 60 FPS. Digital Foundry did a video. They're probably using PS5s. If Digital Foundry is doing it, then definitely. Also, A4. Hold on. What if I don't watch the Digital Foundry one? Ah! This isn't to call this guy out, but this is a hey, look at me. My gut is good. I opened the second video, legit, like here. Right below the Digital Foundry video, which is the top, I opened this one. And boom. The following video has been made using AI upscalers, addition, and external hardware to get the simulated results of 4K 60 FPS. Oh yeah, and you can see it. I mean, again, if you, oh, you can just see it. Oh my God, he's using a really bad AI upscaler. Okay, if you pause, he's using a really bad one. Because AI has gotten pretty good at this point. But watch like the text and especially the stuff, oh, you can't see under my camera actually. The stuff in the top right. Just constantly moving around the screen whenever the camera pans. The AI doesn't know exactly where it should be, but it knows roughly where it should be. So like when the camera's moving, it's drawing those UI elements like in all sorts of different places in that general area for every frame. Stuff like that, especially with AI. I was just looking more at like, what's it? I was looking more at like, oh yeah, it looks like very weirdly crispy, like in a lot of areas, in a way that it really wouldn't if you were using like an actual native resolution. Like you can tell that it's being sharpened and upscaled sort of thing. Which is why for me and what I do with like videos and stuff, I've had some people in the past be like, why do you use emulation for upscaling instead of like using hardware upscalers? Hardware upscalers are great, but emulation, you get like, for me, like in my opinion, you get the cleanest like overall look Although AI hardware upscalers can be really cool. They're expensive, is a big downside of them. But what can be really cool is like if you use, trying to think of like a specific one for like PS1, but off the top of my head, the FrameMeister. If you use like a FrameMeister on the PS1, you can get some pretty cool results where like you can be playing your game in like 1080p on an actual PS1 through the FrameMeister. With all of like the texture warping and the dithering effects and stuff like that still intact, which you can do on emulation too nowadays. Like DuckStation is amazing, but obviously I don't. World of Warcraft? Are we talking about World of Warcraft? Downscaling actually drops my FPS? Do you mean like lowering the resolution or using resolution scaling to go below 100%? He respects the chainsaw, unfortunately for me. I keep thinking he's gonna let me do it, and he doesn't. He's too smart for it. Oh, hello. That clipped me. Ooh. The second one? Okay, so the reason... what percentage are you putting it to? That's a good question to ask, actually. Because if you're going to like 90%, then I can imagine why that's happening. If you're going like way down, it shouldn't be, but if you're doing like 90%, then it actually makes sense that you'd get a little less in the frames department. Because you're not natively rendering the game out at a lower resolution when you use resolution scaling. Your hardware is rendering it at the native resolution, but then when it's actually outputting the image, it's simply outputting it at a lower resolution, which does save a little performance. But if you're doing like 90%, then it would make sense if it's not a super optimized version of the feature. It would make perfect sense why you're actually getting lower performance doing that. Because you're rendering the native, not image even. I mean, you are rendering. It's kind of weird to put into words, especially because I don't have like the greatest understanding of it. I never worked in optimization, so I have like a loose understanding of how these things work, but not like firsthand experience working on it sort of thing. But essentially that's bigger than the screen, basically. Yeah, like you're rendering out the base image like in that native resolution, but then when it's outputting to your monitor, it's just lowering it to save on the output process, but it's still rendering at the native resolution internally. Oh shit. Fuck. That hurt a lot. We got a lag cannon match. Got hit off screen by the lag cannons. We are so back. Uh-oh. Fuck me. That hit again. Jesus Christ. It's like I'm playing before they nerfed the hitbox. Seeing modern games demade into PS1 graphics is amusing. Yeah, I really like, it's not exactly a demake, but it's not called Bloodborne Kart, but like Bloodborne, chat, someone will know. What did they rename Bloodborne Kart to? Oh my god. Oh my fuck. This is not fun. You know that red shift? Oh, at least the pillar lined up. Jesus. Hey, that one missed. Nightmare card. Yes. That just came out, and like seeing Bloodborne get put back into like PS1 style is great. I like PS1 style graphics when they're done right, because a lot of indie games do PS1 style, but it doesn't actually look like PS1. It's kind of weird to explain. Like they kind of have like the vague image of PS1, but it doesn't feel PS1. Like if you grew up with a PS1 like I did, you know the difference, right? When you look at it, there's one that gives you like the basics of it, and there's one that actually gives you like the warm fuzzy feeling. Like Bloodborne Cart does it right. There's this indie game called Alyssa that does it right. It's perfect there. It's so PS1. Trying to think of others, like other indie games that have actually nailed it. Someone help me out. Oh, he's zooming. Oh, he's zooming. And pistols have more stagger buildup than estrogens. Oh god.
50%.
Oh shit.
30%.
Oh. Oh, I almost had him actually. Have we hit promos? No, we're at like the top of A4. Because we were at the start of A3 today. So we're like right at the start of A4 right now. We're not back to promos yet. Unfortunately. Don't get me wrong. As much as I enjoy AC6 PvP streams, we've also been doing them for so long, and I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with this game. Like, you know, I'm having a good time, and then it's like, boom, terrible connection and lag cannons, you're dead. Get rolled, rip bozo. Rank up in teams? Hell no, I have no interest in teams. Personally. Ow. Fuck. Like 1v1 duels? That's where it's at. That's what I'm interested in. The whole teams thing? Rocking pistols and running away. He was playing smart. Like he's going in when they're loaded, getting the stagger, and then he's kind of like pulling out while he reloads. Oh, sorry. We're at the very end of A3 because I've lost again. Speaking of lag cannons rolling me, we've dipped back into A3 like right as we got into A4. Hold on, I'm distracted a little bit. Wait, what? Sorry, confusing message. Fun and unfun. It just has like some, like, I wanted to say small issues. Some really big issues. Like not many, but the issues that it does have more often than not are like crippling. Like massively hold the experience back overall. Netcode obviously being the top of that list. Just like doing peer-to-peer connections on global matchmaking without any sort of like lag compensation, and instead just having like attacker-sided netcode for the vast majority of things in the game. Like almost every single form of damage is attacker-sided. It's just not. I don't know who wanted it to work like I guess it's because it's the Souls netcode, right? It's because it's basically just using the Elden Ring framework. And in Elden Ring, it doesn't feel great, but it feels good enough. It feels like it has a lot more problems here when we're using like projectiles for everything, right? Well, almost everything. The melee feels fine here for the most part. Chainsaw bounces happen, but other than that, melee feels fine here. But like the shooting part, and especially like grenades and stuff like that, missiles feel fine because they're defender sided, so no one gets like frustrated over the missiles. Just give me the SMGs back. Fuck. Huh? My assault boost just immediately stopped?
AP at 50%.
We're just gonna kill him with guns.
AP at 30%.
They seemingly don't register properly. Yeah, every once in a while there is a bit of like input eating for sure. You were out of gas? I had like full gas. What was I out of gas? I thought I had like full. Hold on. You know, I had like full energy and it just immediately stopped. That was weird. I don't know why the assault boost stopped like that. It looks like I might have hit like one of those little, I don't even know what to call them. Like a little bump in the ground, basically. I think I hit like a little bump that for some reason the collision just registered a certain way where it ended the assault boost. Oh, good God. I hope you stagger easily. Oh, Jesus. And it's got its balancing problems, but it's not many things. It's just there are some things in the game that are like, yeah, this is kind of ridiculous. This just kind of is better than almost everything else. But I feel like for the most part, it's normally netcode stuff. That, oh, fuck. Zims are still too strong. I don't feel like Zims are too strong. I think Zims are one of the weapons that, there's a bit of a connection thing with it. Because like when I'm going up against Zims, I find that, oh fuck. I find that the majority of the time, the pellets are hitting like off screen. On the Zims. Oh shit. Jesus Christ. But they obviously connect with you. I think Zims are pretty carried by netcode right now. And obviously just getting up close and stuffing you with Zims would work anyway. But I feel like I get hit by Zims a lot in situations where I otherwise wouldn't. If we were playing something with, you know, for in theory, like if we were using like an actual like rollback system, I don't think they would be hitting. I mean, they're good. I just don't think they're like overpowered. You know what I mean? I don't think they're too strong. I think they're strong, but they're not like, oh, these need a nerf. Leos Klein. Trying to think what weapons are too strong. I feel like it's less weapons, to be honest, and more like it's less individual parts right now and more like build archetypes. Like specific synergies. Not even archetypes was still wrong. It's more like specific build, like part synergies rather than individual pieces, which then it's like, how the fuck do we nerf this? Like, oh yeah, this part does this thing. Unless it's paired with this specific part, then it no longer does this thing. There's not really a good way to nerf synergies in a game with this many, like, for lack of a better term, moving parts. And I said it a lot like earlier on in the ranked grind, but I think that with things like the netcode and the balance and all that, if this were purely a casual game as it was for the first like 4 months of its life, then I wouldn't really complain about it. It's like, okay, yeah, it's just, you know, it's a single player game with tacked on PvP just for fun. Like, you can't really bash it too. But then, once you introduce ranked play, you open yourself up to being held to the standard of a proper competitive environment, right? And suddenly, like, whereas I didn't really care too much about balancing parts around PvP or like fixing the netcode before, now I'm like, okay, if you've got people like grinding for top ranks every reset, every wipe, the game doesn't feel like it's based around the skill of the player currently. Like it 100% feels like I could swap to like whatever the current meta build is and just run my way right up to S, right? And be done with it. I don't want to. I've gotten this far without doing it. I've gotten a couple S rank placement runs where we've gotten like 5 out of the 8 wins. So at this point, I really don't want to. But it definitely feels like I could. You know what I mean? If you're playing off meta, it definitely comes down to skill a lot more, but it feels like if you just throw on the best build, you just kind of win. Like 9 times out of 10. I may be exaggerating with 9 out of 10, but maybe 7 out of 10? 8 out of 10? Unlike 6, where it's a lot of cheese like 95% of the time. I think the build variety here is great, like really great. I think that people just kind of stick to what works because it's ranked, right? So a lot of people want to win on ranked, and you can get wins by just only using what works the best. What if we did an experiment, chat? Hold on. Okay, wait. Chat. What if we did an experiment? Hear me out. We've gotten up to S rank placement naturally before, right? We've done it twice now. And then just reset timing is awful both times. What if, for sake of experiment, I just threw on like a couple hard meta builds and just try them to get back to placements, and then we swap back to Mad Chainsaw? That might lead to particularly brutal placements because I'll be a little out of practice on the chainsaw. But it could be kind of fun just to see if meta builds really do carry that hard, or if I'm just a complaining, whiny little bitch, which I could be. Also, GG. I know who that was. Jay, thank you. Appreciate it. I kind of want to try that now. I want to see if like throwing on like current hard meta would just like immediately send me flying up the ranks. How cheesy is current hard? Where do you look to find the current meta, chat? Those of you who are more involved in the PvP scene, where are like the meta builds coming from? Where would I go and look if I were to find one? You've invested a lot of time into playing as your build. Yeah. That's where I'm kind of like, I want to see this. Just a little bit. And I don't have a ton. Oh, top 100 leaderboards. That makes sense. All right, what do we got? Dude. No. No. I think I'd rather see that than 500 more chainsaw matches. Oh, that's also true. Good for content, right? Okay, what else is there? A loader 4? Man, what the fuck is going on in S rank? Insane loader 4? Okay. I've seen the plasma thrower twice, interestingly enough. In the top 3. I guess now in the top 4 I've seen it twice. Interesting trend. I'm seeing more 3 out of 5 so far in the top 5. Some of these are secondary builds to hide their true build. Yeah, I've heard people say that too. You won't be able to play them at an A level? How much you want to bet? Do people genuinely just look at top ranks? Or is there somewhere else? Hold on. What if I Google Armored Core 6 PvP builds? Not a Dexerto article. Oh no. Okay. Actually, now I'm extra curious. Okay, they've got a few options, chat. They've got a few options. Dexerto has 3 to choose from, and now I think that this experiment has become even funnier. And these seem like they're loosely what I was just looking at as well. Do we want the Tetra build, the Plasma Cannon build, or the Lightning God build? What are we thinking, chat? What are we thinking? What is the Tetra build? It literally is just labeled as Tetra. What is it using in actuality? Tank? I don't think any of them are tanks. Are any of these tanks? Hold on. Legs. What is VP 422? Is it a quad? That was VP 42. Oh no, these are biped. Oh, my mouse scroll is in the game as well. That's okay. And then how? I think these both might be bipeds, other than the Tetra. Okay, the Dexerto article, I don't know. Not so sure. I'm perusing here. I'm seeing some YouTube videos. I'm seeing like a couple YouTubers pop up like repeatedly on here as well. There's one that's really popped up a lot. Oh wait, that's destroying meta builds. That's not even like a... That's not even him doing a build guide. Wait. This same guy on like Google results immediately, I'm seeing him doing like meta build guides and then also doing videos where he's like destroying meta builds, and the description starts with, "That's a real cute meta build you got there." Like he's simultaneously feeding the tier listing meta culture and making fun of it. Laser tanks are probably the most brain dead. Wait, Fighting Cowboy has done some? Hold on. The Souls guy. Hold on. Now I'm really curious. This is only the Souls guy is doing PvP meta builds, huh? I'm scrolling through these. I'm perusing a little bit. Oh, these are all old. These are all old. Some of them look really cool, but they're gonna be hella out of date. They're from like launch. He apparently covered the game a lot at launch. He's a who? I'm so down the rabbit hole right now of just like looking at stuff. Oh my god, this dude who has like the video making fun of meta builds, I just opened up his, like I fully looked into the channel. He has a playlist of over 50 build guides being like, this is an easy S rank build to play sort of videos. Dude, he's got a lot. Maybe I just click the shuffle button and I see what I get. That could be an interesting... We spin the roulette wheel of... what's it called? We spin the roulette wheel of builds from this guy. Is my... Okay, my audio is turned off for YouTube right now. Good. Oh, he has a share ID set up. All right, this is the first thing that I spun on shuffle. I'm just gonna go to share. Let me make sure that I have this like correct version of the chainsaw saved. And let's go download stuff. Let's see what this is. Oh, I'm missing some parts. I'm missing some parts. What am I missing? Fuck. Ay. Okay. Me and my having almost enough credits to have everything, but not quite enough. Returns to bite me in the ass once again. Gotta get that money. I do. I'm gonna sell something real quick. I could sell the coral generator until I need it. Let's see what this is. Properly like load it into the garage and see it, right? Let's see. Oh, the edit lock. How do you get around the paint job deleting on the edit lock again? Someone helped me do it or explained how to do it once, but that was so long ago that I did that. Oh yeah. Oh, nope, not that. Discard and quit. Oh, that's exactly how you do it. Okay. Well, I just did it by accident. Never mind. You go into paint and then you discard and you've already removed the edit lock. Okay. Laser pistols. Auroras. Reverse joint. This doesn't seem like super hard meta. This seems pretty good. The AP, it's very light on AP. But like, it's got the reverse joint strengths that you would expect. So I guess, hold on, what's the effective range on these pistols? 247? Okay, so this plays a little further back than what I'm used to. Having Aurora and pistols with a good bit of range. What the fuck? Why this FCS of all things? What? Why this? Oh. Mid to long range missiles. Yeah, so I guess it's like close to mid, you use the pistol. Mid to long, you use... I'll just run it. I'll just run a game of it. We'll see what happens. This is probably... I doubt I'll win on the first game. It's a keep away build. Yeah, it seems like it's not like a hard kiting build, but it's a bit of a get off me build. And then once they're off of you, you have the missiles, right? It'll be very different than what I play, but I'm curious enough. Check it in tests. What's 400 points out of my like 60,000 or whatever it is at this point? What do you got? Etzogens? Missiles? Just straight missiles? And I'm assuming a melee, maybe? I don't know. I didn't see anything. He looks a little funky. When you can have a get me off build, that's what I normally have. That's what Mad Chainsaw is. This thing is weird looking. Holy. I haven't run reverse joints in AC6 in a long time. Ow. Oh, that wasn't locked on.
AP at 50%.
That wasn't either.
AP at 30%.
It's weird. It's real weird. It's the Aurora charge. Questions I should have asked before the match, probably. It feels like this FCS is awful for this setup. Just me? This is supposed to be a double S rank PVP build, according to the title at least. Oh, they absolutely charge. Or it seemed like it was about the same.
AP at 30%.
Skill issue? Those shots just aren't hitting a damn thing. Positioning definitely could have been an issue because I'm not used to a build like this, but like positioning, or sorry, the shots just were not going anywhere. Sorry, I was reading comments. Does seem like you're kind of playing the same way. Well, I mean, because I've got bullets to shoot at like mid-range. It's so weird. But like even at mid-range where the tracking on the FCS is as good as it gets, it just felt like I wasn't hitting anything. You know what? I want the chainsaw back. I've seen the light. I don't think that was like absolute hard meta. That didn't feel great. But that was supposed double S rank build. I didn't like it. I did not like it. I'm going back to the get me off build. This is a sucky mid to long range build. It just didn't feel good. Well, I'm checking out some gameplay of it. Interesting. Even in the video, I just watched like one game that I kind of skipped through. He won the match, but both rounds that he won were like by the skin of his teeth. He was very like less than 1,000 AP from death. It's Mobius, it's not Morbius. Fuck me. Holy connection.
30%.
Whoa. It's not Morb, it's Mobin time. Ah, shit.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Eesh. Ow. Mobius. Only Cole can make an SS tier build look like an F tier build that needs a buff. Even in the video, it doesn't look that good. I just kind of grabbed the share code before watching it. It seems like it's good. He also, hold on, what rank is this in? The match is recorded. That was an S rank match. Oh, okay. The rank varies depending on which match it is. One of them is an S rank match, and I was like, oh god, they all were played in S rank, weren't they? But then the second one was played in B tier. Two of the four matches in the video were played in B rank. Because I was like, the one that I saw, the guy on the receiving end didn't seem great. And it's because it was one of the B rank matches. Anyway, it is about that time. I still made a lot of rank progress, even though I lost a good amount of points at the end doing stupid stuff. We made a good climb today. Good progress. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I have video things to do. I have after dinner, as always. I have dinner to eat and then video stuff to do. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing... what are we doing? Armored Core. We're going to be playing Zelda soon, very soon. We're going to be doing Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask back to back. Now that the best PC port for Majora's Mask is done, I can actually like play them in like proper kind of pseudo remastered form, not the 3DS remasters, but like the original version just made better on PC version. Now I can do both of them back to back. I've done Ocarina before, but it's worth a replay. It's been a couple years. It is considered the best game of all time, after all. So it gets a replay, I think. We're doing a lot of stuff. Come back for any of it. Also, if you enjoyed, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Come back another time. Fuck, I looped. Leave a like is what I meant to say. Algorithm stuff. Blah, blah, blah. If you're looking for links to anything outside of YouTube, links in the description, like Twitter, Discord server, whatever, they're all down there. If you haven't seen the Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker video yet, went up on Friday. That's the whole playlist for the Metal Gear series is pinned at the top of chat. It's worth getting caught up right now, I would say, because the game of memes comes next. So if you're planning on watching that, you probably want to be caught up. Just saying. Anyway, other than that, I hope you guys still enjoy, or I hope you guys did enjoy. I read the word "still" out of chat. My Twitter is still active. It's more active than it was at this point last year when I kind of just stopped tweeting entirely. It's not like I'm active every single day, but I'm way more active than I used to be, at least. Anyway, hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream. Hope to see all of you back here next time. And goodbye.